Happy fall! It is officially fall now, right? Yeah. It is September 20 something, but I know that it is after the 23rd, which is the first day of fall. So it is actually fall, and it's finally cool enough for me to be back in my bedroom, back in my usual video blogging spots. This is good. It is fall, I am drinking a delicious hot beverage, and I am 5 months on testosterone. My voice is a little deep. I can go down to this register if I would like now. Yeah, 5 months on T. Things are going really well. I had a doctor's appointment earlier this week. We measured my trough levels this time, so if you think of like a curve, we did my peak levels before, so that was like the day after I take a shot, and then this time we did my trough levels the day before I took a shot, so you can kind of see your highest and lowest points of testosterone in your body to make sure that you're just, everything checks out, you're in where you want to be, which is I think between like 300 and 1,000 nanograms over deciliters. I was at 800 something for my peak levels, and I'm at 527 for my trough levels, so really good stuff there. As far as injecting, there has been a saga. If you've been watching all of these videos, I've been having like some itching problems, but not quite to the point of allergic reaction, more just because my skin is very sensitive. I do subcutaneous injections, and originally I did them into my belly. My doctor said to try into like my back fat, and so I've been doing that since like July, and that's going well. From the start, it was not as sensitive at all, and I think that part of my body is just getting used to it, so barely itches at all anymore. So I think I'm gonna keep doing that because it seems to be going well. I do kind of suck at like pulling the needle back out because it's just a weird angle. That's a hard thing to do. So it like bleeds a little bit more, and if you're doing it right, it really shouldn't bleed at all. It bled a lot last time. But I think I'll get better, and it doesn't really bother me. I'm not squeamish or anything like that, so just gives me an excuse to get to put on an Avengers band-aid. One thing that a lot of transmasculine people who go on testosterone will talk about is losing the ability to cry. At least for, you know, kind of the first year or so on testosterone, it's harder to cry. And I wasn't sure if this had happened to me because I've had a pretty good summer. I haven't had much to really cry about, so I wasn't sure if it was just that or if it was harder to cry. But this past weekend, I had something happen and I felt the need to cry. I felt I would get better closure if I could just cry and get it out. And my body was like, my muscles were going through the motions, like they were doing the like what my face does when I am crying, but no tears were coming out, and I was really trying, I really wanted to cry. It is a situation where I usually would have been weeping and just nothing. So I think the inability to cry has definitely happened. Hopefully it won't last forever because I do like a good cry. I think that's a healthy thing to do. I did cry from laughing the other night though. It's not like it's affected my tear ducts somehow because I'm a person with very watery eyes. My eyes water from the wind, but I guess like actual tears crying from an emotional thing I can't do right now. There's a couple of things that I've noticed that I don't hear people talk about too often. At least one of them, other transmasculine people I've talked to have encountered this, and that is my limbs fall asleep a lot easier. Like super quickly. I mean, it's really annoying. Like my hands or like my feet. My foot fell asleep during yoga the other day, and it was clearly like being active, you know? I was like activating those muscles. I think it was like holding up my weight. Just fell asleep. I kind of like fell over. It was bad. I think people have attributed this to your blood pressure kind of changes a bit. Science side of YouTube. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, but definitely my limbs fall asleep a lot easier these days. And then the other thing that I haven't heard anyone ever talk about, so I'm curious if anyone else on testosterone has ever encountered this, but I noticed about the past month and a half that scars that I had that used to have faded, that I haven't been able to see for a long time, I can see again. I did get a little bit tan from the summer, but that's not something that's ever really happened to me before. I have heard because your skin gets thicker on testosterone, sometimes it makes you look a little bit more tan, especially people I think who are very fair to begin with. Something in there kind of makes sense that I would be able to see scars again. But I don't know, it really shocked me. I was just like, whoa, I know I haven't seen you in many years. What are you doing here? It was really weird. I don't know what's up with that. If anyone's encountered something like that before, let me know in the comments. As far as facial hair, you know, still something that only I can see. At least for now, might change as I get older, but at least for now, my facial hair is definitely pretty blonde. I've got more coming in on my sideburns, and my mustache, though you can barely see anything at all, it is like filling out. There's a lot there, you just can't see it because it's mostly blonde. And I did have like a couple of actual, legitimate, long, thick whiskers. They were platinum blonde. Even if I'm able to grow a respectable amount of facial hair anytime in the next year, no one's gonna see it because it's gonna be blonde. So I'm gonna keep talking about having facial hair. No one's ever gonna believe me. But that's okay. I think I dig the blonde facial hair look. Maybe it's just gray already. If someone starts tea when they're like in their 40s or 50s, which happens, would their like facial hair just grow in gray already? I mean, that might suck, but it's kind of cool. Oh, I wonder. I gotta ask some older guys. I'm gonna see one of my older guy friends today. He's not gray yet though. Ugh, I gotta find older guys. Ooh, that could have been taken the wrong way. I'm okay with that. My voice has dropped a bit again. It's still sore here and there. Not constantly like it was in the start, but I can kind of feel like anytime it gets a little sore again, I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna drop again. It's not done cracking yet. I can't hit like high notes right now. Some of my friends say that that will come back, so I hope it will, because that would be cool to have that full range. But me and a couple of other my friends were all like at the same point of testosterone right now, and we were all at like a drag show and realized that none of us could like woo anymore. If I try, I go, what is that? That's me trying to just like scream woo like I used to when I'm clapping and I really like something, but now it's just I can't. Ooh, so now I just have to go like, yeah! I feel like such a like fragile masculinity dude bro when I have to do like the deep throat, like, yeah! Instead of just wooing, but I can't woo right now. That could also explain my love life. And if you want to hear all of the comparisons of my voice, you can go to my SoundCloud where I record every week, and it's kind of cool to hear where the big drop points come. As far as like body shape and face changes and stuff, here is a comparison of me 1 week on T and now-ish 5 months on T. I just happen to be wearing the same shirt, so I thought I would make a cool comparison. You know, just overall filling out my clothes better. I still look about 14 at best, but I think overall I just like look healthier. Other changes, this was the month of body hair, for sure. I had been noticing like little hints of places in a more masculine pattern where hair might be coming, but then this was the month where it really grew in. My thoughts on body hair is that I would like to have body hair in places that would just make me look like a grown-up man. However, body hair just kind of sucks. When you're first like starting out on T, or like first going through puberty, in the early days, you basically just get body hair in all the places that you don't generally show people, that are not on view on a day-to-day basis when you're walking around the world. Basically, you just get like the super annoying body hair first, and still look like a prepubescent naked mole rat to everyone else on the outside. Acne is definitely still a thing, as you can probably see. I got a bunch going on my chin right now, just a lot of like redness. But body acne I've got under control, pretty much. And you know, it's more than I would like on my face, but I've got it all under control. I feel pretty okay about it. You know, I'm looking forward to the days when it's not a thing, but warves. You know, fat redistribution has been weird for me. For me, at least, everything just gets bigger. Like, even if it looks smaller, I guess it looks, you know, more like even or toned, it is actually bigger. You know, like my hips look smaller, but it's just because my waist is bigger. And my hips actually, they might be smaller, but I can't properly measure because my belly is bigger. And even that is like, it's just like kind of thicker muscles on my abs, but it sticks out more. So it is still bigger, even though it's like, you know, better. And like, I think sometimes my thighs look a little bit smaller, but they are definitely bigger. I have measured them, and I can't fit into my pants anymore, which is a problem because now it is cold out. I've been wearing shorts all summer. Hasn't been too much of a problem, but now I'm pulling out all my couple pairs of trusty jeans and they don't fit. And I'm kind of stressed out about that because it takes a while for me to find jeans and pants in general that I like, and even with sales, they can be a little expensive. And on that note, I have been working out a lot more, which probably won't help the fitting into pants thing because I'm mostly just gaining muscle. I'm working out with intent to gain more muscle. I want to take advantage of being able to actually gain muscle now. I like working out. I'm always like more motivated and happy in my life if I'm doing things with my body and setting goals for myself and just like taking that time out of the day and like sweating and feeling motivated. And I've also noticed I'm in a lot less pain when I'm working out and active regularly. I'm just one of those people who's like always in pain. It's a thing, but especially since being on T, like I just have like more sore muscles, like especially around here, because I'm gaining so much muscle right here that's almost like growing pains, and I can get really sore right there. But if I'm, you know, working out about every other day, I'm not in pain. So I'm trying to work out more for that, but also to prepare for top surgery. I want to be in the best shape that I can be for top surgery. And news, I am hopefully most likely having top surgery at the beginning of January. So close! I'm getting so excited. I have my next consultation in a couple weeks here, so then I will set a date for sure. But yeah, I'm doing it then because, I mean, I can't stand another summer not having had top surgery. I've been wanting this since I was like 11, before I even like knew I was trans or knew what you could do about being trans. And January is basically like, with my work and travel schedule, the only time I can do it. So that is when it is happening. Even though I distinctly remember last winter being so cold that I had the thought I should never get top surgery in the winter because it will suck. Well, if you don't know what top surgery is, I will put a link in the description box that kind of explains it, but basically it is getting rid of this stuff so that I can take my shirt off whenever I want. Well, not exactly whenever I want, but a lot. I've sort of been working towards that goal very seriously for the past several months, but less seriously saving for it for probably like a year and a half. So I have some money put aside. I keep having to like spend some of that money on other medical bills. It's very frustrating. I'm just kind of saving and trying to earn things any way I can. I'm doing a lot of weird small things in lots of different ways and hoping that all of those tiny amounts of money add up to something more. So one small thing that I am doing is I am now transferring VHS tapes to digital or DVD. So if that is something that you want done, there's a link in the description box with the info and how you can sign up for that. There are a lot of services out there that do it, but they charge quite a bit of money, so I am charging way less. If you would like your precious memories transferred by someone that you know you can trust, choose me for your VHS to digital transfer services. And another way that you can help out, actually, that it has nothing to do with money and would not just be helping me, but would be helping all transgender people in the United States, is that you can go and leave a comment on the United States Health and Human Safety's website. Right now, they are considering a proposal for Rule 1557, which would ban any transgender exclusions on any ACA health plans. So that's like the marketplace or like Obama healthcare plans. Most specifically, what it means right now is that trans people can't be denied services based on what their legal sex is. So a lot of times when trans people have changed their gender marker on their insurance, they are denied healthcare that they really need. For example, trans women might be denied prostate exams and trans men might be denied pap smears. And that is obviously something that is very, very harmful. So this rule is going to ban all transgender exclusions like that. I'll have links in the description box where you can learn more and where you can leave comments because that would be super helpful. And if this passes in time, I might be able to have a little bit covered by my insurance, but I'm not counting on it and I really don't want to go into too much debt over this. So I'm just trying to earn money and save money in as many ways as possible right now. So like I said, coming up there will be ways that you can help with that if you are able and if you want to, which obviously there's definitely do not have to help with this. I'm just asking, just in case. I'm gonna try to do some cool things with it. So look for more information about that. Okay, but I'm gonna stop talking about this now because it makes me uncomfortable. But I'm really excited for top surgery. I keep like having those moments like, you know, as I'm going through the fall being like, this is my last first day of fall where I'll have to wear a binder. Oh man, this time next year, I can just take my shirt off and walk through the apartment. Really silly things like that. I also keep thinking about a lot of different like fitness kind of things that I want to do after top surgery. I'll have to not work out for a little bit as I recover, but when I am recovered, I kind of want to like get back into boxing and maybe check out Krav Maga and just like all sorts of things that I don't fully feel comfortable doing right now when people might be able to notice a not traditionally masculine chest and when locker rooms are kind of more of an issue. Oh my gosh, I just did not go to locker rooms right now because I'm pretty sure I would get kicked out of either one. So I'm really looking forward to after that. Yeah, I think that is about it for 5 months. I say about it, that was actually a lot. I will keep you all updated on my journey to top surgery, which I am currently calling Free My Nipples or Free Jack's Nipples. Anyways, thank you. I'll see you next time.